Welcome to Whitman Hanson Regional High School for a great evening of Panther basketball. I'm Bob Hayes, bringing you the call of tonight's game as the Whitman Hanson Panthers take on the Hingham Harbormen. And we're glad to have you tuned into this WHCA production. We'll be moving right along. They're just making the announcement for tonight's game. It's a very exciting evening of basketball here at Whitman Hanson. Okay, they're announcing the starters for both teams, and as you know, Whitman Hanson has a fabulous record this year coming into this game, and it's understood that Hingham has also a good record, so you should be seeing a great evening of basketball here at Whitman Hanson High School. The excitement here in the gym seems to be at an all-time high, and we have a tremendous amount of students and a great audience here for tonight's game, so stay tuned for some exciting action coming momentarily.
And at center, number 31, junior John Logan. The Hunters are coached by Bob Newton.
Whitman Hanson's coming off a big win at the beginning of the week when they played Duxbury. And before that, they had a very exciting win against Hanover, who last year were state champions. So it should be an exciting night of basketball here. Every time Hingham comes to Whitman Hanson, they always come here to play, and they're fierce competitors. So Whitman Hanson is always coming to task to play, and you should see a real exciting night of basketball here.
At guard, number 15, sophomore Max Morgan. At forward, number 34, junior Brian Tyree. At forward, number 33, senior captain Sean Leahy. And at center, number 24, senior captain Jacob Hanson Bartlett. The Panthers are coached by Bob Walker, assisted by Mike Costa, Filter, and Eric Minutes. And now, ladies and gentlemen, an important sportsmanship message from our captains.
Hi, I'm Sean Lee, and I'm David Hanson. I want to thank you for coming to tonight's game. I'm going to ask you to please show great sportsmanship.
The officials worked very hard to make sure the game is called fairly, and we are lucky to have such fine men and women dedicate so much of their time and energy so we can play the game we all love.
Whitman Hanson has a zero-tolerance policy for anyone who yells at or argues with the officials. Please show them the respect they deserve.
Also, many of our opponents are friends of ours, and it's important to our entire team that all of our fans treat them like our guests.
You can never call any player by their name or number, and can never yell any negative comments at them. That doesn't help us, it's actually distracting.
Have fun, make lots of noise, and show your Panther pride.
If you need assistance during the game, see a school or public safety official.
Finally, in the unlikely event of an emergency, all the doors in the team side will be directly outside. Enjoy the game.
Thanks, guys. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please continue to rise as we honor our country with our playing of our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the
right, we just had the national anthem here at Whitman Hanson, and we have the Panthers against the Hingham Harbormen for a great night of action here at Whitman Hanson Regional High School. Bob Rogers, the coach here of the Panthers, has shifted around the starters, it appears, tonight. We've got some new faces. We've got senior Brian Tyree. We've got Sean Leahy. We've got junior Taj Hunter. Number 15, sophomore Max Borgen. And Hingham gets the ball first. Little Ryan Cahoon brings it up. Passes it off. Defended by Leahy. Shot by number 3. Rebound by Tyree. Passes it off to Hunter. Hunter brings the ball up. Missed shot by Borgen. Hingham brings the ball up. Little tip by the sophomore Max Borgen, out of bounds. Three-pointer by number 31, missed. Down with the rebound. Number 4 drives to the hoop, throws it to number 3, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Panthers ball. Leahy throws it into Hunter. Hunter's bringing the ball up. Three-pointer goes up and it's good. Jacob. Three-zip and Whitman Hanson draws first blood. Oh, we got a foul on the play. Fouls by senior Jacob Hanson Bartlett. Number 31 for the Harbormen goes to the line for 2. The first one's good. Chalk is up, and the second one's good. With 6:13 left in the first period, the score is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 3, Hingham Harbormen 2. Taj Hunter's bringing the ball up. Passes to Leahy. Leahy to Bartlett. Back to Hunter. Back to Leahy. Leahy puts it up, and it's good. Leahy comes right down the middle. He's got that nice little spin move that he makes, and he goes right to the hoop. Great shot. Hunter passes to Leahy. Leahy puts it up. It's good for 2. Hingham wisely calls a timeout with 5:25 left in the first period. It's Whitman Hanson 7, Hingham Harbormen 2. broadcast is being brought to you by Whitman Hanson Cable Access. Tonight's volunteers are Paul Watson, Amy Broderick, and Kevin Torchy. I think Kevin can hear me. Kevin, are you there tonight? What do you think of the game so far?
Can you hear me, Bob?
Yeah, I can.
Well, so far, so good for Whitman Hanson. It seemed early, though, that Hingham was doing some good work on the boards, had multiple chances, but right now the Panthers are up by 5.
Well, as these games always start, Torch, if you watch what goes on there, everybody's a little tentative. It's almost like
Sure.
a feeling out process of who's
Sure.
going to be where and how it's going to happen.
Sure.
Hingham's going to be inbounding the ball. Whitman Hanson's on D. And Hingham throws it out of bounds. That's the second turnover, I think.
Turnover, and
Same
there's been
type of thing. Hunter's going to be bringing the ball up from Leahy. Hunter's being pestered by number 4 of the Harbormen, Ryan Cahoon. Passes it to Leahy. Leahy to Borgen. Borgen to Hunter. Back to Tyree. Back to Borgen. Bartlett's getting defended. We're going to have a foul. Fouls on Bartlett. That's 2 fouls for him.
If I may, Bob, just a quick, this is our first Whitman Hanson basketball game this season. And just a quick, our thoughts with Rich Green, who does many of our sporting events. Rich hasn't been able to do any basketball games.
I know I spoke with Rich. Rich is usually my broadcast partner.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's the best.
He really is. I'm going to miss him, but he's coming back. I've talked to him.
Good,
He's got some stuff going on, and
Good.
he'll be back, and he'll be in the fine fashion that he's always in.
Turnover by Whitman, foul by Whitman.
I think the foul was on Taj Hunter that time. 23, yeah, it was.
Not at the limit yet, but
Taj is coming out.
Hingham will inbound.
Sophomore Ryan Bossy's coming in. That was on the floor, that foul, so Whitman Hanson's got 3 quick fouls tonight. 4:21 left in the first period.
Bob, you follow Whitman Panther sports. Would you say this is a younger Whitman Hanson Panther basketball team than we've seen in the past couple of seasons?
Yeah, there's a lot of youth here. That's the 3rd foul on senior Jacob Hanson Bartlett. He's going to be sitting. He's got 3 quick fouls. That's not good. Nice little inbound layup for Hingham. Bossy's bringing the ball up. We had another new entry into the game, number 4, senior Josh Genero.
Quick block and back in transition.
He just went up for one and got
And I believe that's
stopped.
Hingham's
Hingham just
first
came
lead.
back and scored a 3-pointer and went ahead with 3:39 left in the first period. It's 9-7 Harbormen. Genero loses the ball and then recovers it. Nice recovery. Floor's a little slippery. He takes a little slide there. Borgen with the ball. He looks like he's going to go to the hoop. Passes to Bossy. He goes to the hoop. Misses the shot. The floor seems to be slippery here tonight at Whitman Hanson.
Very humid in here.
The humidity is about 100% on this January night, which is hard to believe.
Offensive foul.
I think they called that travel touch because he went to the hoop, but I think he traveled on the way.
Took too many steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. No.
Bossy with the ball. Gives it to Leahy. Leahy does that little spin move, and
Nice.
it's good for 2.
Scoop shot.
Leahy patented that little spin move, Touch. He just, if you watch, when he comes down the middle, he just makes that spin and goes right to the hoop.
Make it happen.
He's a solid player. With 2:35 and a break in the action here at Whitman Hanson Regional High School, scores 9-9. Whitman Hanson Panthers 9, Hingham Harbormen 9. Bossy's bringing the ball up. Cahoon's pestering him a little bit, number 4 for Hingham. Gives it to Leahy. We're going to see him go to the hoop again. He got fouled. Leahy's going the line. Leahy's shooting 2, gets the first one. One more. He misses the second one. Hingham comes down with it. Player goes to the floor. It's going to be Whitman Hanson ball. Bossy's going to be inbounding it. Rice has come into the game. Nice little spin. Oh!
Too many
We got a little
steps.
bit of a travel there. Genero went right to the hoop, and they called the travel. Looked like good 2 points to me, but they're reffing the game, Kev.
Calling it tight.
Hingham threw it away again. That's a third or fourth turnover, Hingham. Bossy's bringing the ball up. Gives it to Leahy. You're going to see Leahy go to the hoop. There's that little spin move again. Just misses, and Hingham's
Off the
coming
rim.
back with the ball. Nice D. We've got a foul going on here. I think the foul is going to be on Tyler Rice, number 22. 1:45 left in the first period. The score is your Whitman Hanson Panthers 10, Hingham Harbormen 9.
That, of course, is Whitman Hanson's 5th foul.
Pretty soon we're going to be in the one-on-one. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on here.
Ooh.
Bossy goes up. Both teams are fighting real hard tonight, Kevin.
Yeah.
Ooh. Foul's going to be on Leahy.
And one.
First of the night. And the basket's good.
Chance to make this a 3-point play and give the visitors a 2-point edge.
I think we're going to see the lead go back and forth a few times tonight because both of these teams are very tough.
Highly competitive.
He misses the point after. Tyree comes down with the ball. Nice rebound. I seen you, Brian Tyree. Bossy's bringing it up. Gives it to Leahy. Leahy's going to the hoop. 2 points for Sean Leahy. Block. Excellent block by the senior, Josh Genero. They're all working hard out there tonight, Touch. '23 throws up a three-pointer, and it's good for the Harbormen.
triple teamed under the boards.
Oh, we got a foul on Varsity. Blocking foul. Looked like it on the floor. They're going to be one-on-one.
But he had his feet set.
Number 0 for the Harbormen's going to the hoop, to the line. I mean, Eric Germain is going to be shooting one-on-one. You got Leahy and Tyree underneath for the rebounds. First one's good.
Substitution. Yeah, we get 30 seconds left to go in the first period. Harbormen up 15-12. It's one to go.
And the second one's good. With 30 seconds left, 16 Harbormen, 12 Panthers. We had a long way to go in this game. We're coming to an end of the first period, though. Rice with the ball, hands it off to Genero. Genero's heading for the hoop.
Oh.
Nice pass to Tyree, just couldn't
In
handle
traffic.
it. Was a little stiff.
Yeah.
Looked like Bossy got away with one. Rice comes down with the ball. And at the end of the first period action here at Whitman Hanson, it's Hingham Harbormen 16, Whitman Hanson Panthers 12.
So if you're Coach Rogers, what are you saying? What are you saying to your squad right now?
I think the coach is pretty much comfortable with the group, the way they're playing. I mean, the coach is a very excitable guy. He's all in for basketball. He does a tremendous amount from these kids, so he expects
Best on the
nothing
South
less
Shore,
than
that's for
effort,
sure.
excellence.
Yep.
Their effort has to be 100%. It has to be with excellence, and he teaches and preaches that. So
Right. Yeah, we're at the start of the second period. Hingham Harbormen up 16-12 over your Whitman Hanson Panthers.
he's already got 9 points in the first period. It's going to be Whitman Hanson ball. Rice will be inbounding it to Hunter. The start of the second period. And we're off here at Whitman Hanson. Ball's tipped. Good D.
Picked off.
Missed by the Harbormen. Second shot goes in.
Tough shot,
Number 2, Reggie Foster, is a nice rebound. He put it right back up.
Tough shot, but that was a good putback.
Backcourt.
Backcourt violation.
All right, it's going to be Hingham's ball. Ball's rebounded by Bossy. He's going all the way to the hoop. Ball gets tipped on the shot. Number 31 for the Harbormen throws up a 3. We got a timeout here at Whitman Hanson Regional with the score. Hingham Harbormen 21, Whitman Hanson Panthers 12.
So you get a 9-point gap here, Bob.
Yeah, it's...
What do you do? It seems as though that Whitman Hanson, they're having troubles as far as getting second and third chances, while Hingham is capitalizing when they get an opportunity. in the offensive zone.
Well, it's difficult. That happens in basketball. When you have two good teams like this, you can have a 6 or an 8 or 10 unanswered points, and then the other team comes back. So I wouldn't count anybody out quite yet. We've got a lot of game here to go.
But do you still take the ball to the glass? Do you take it in the paint, or do you start shooting from 20, 30 from the three-point stripe? Is it that point in time?
I think what you do is you just keep playing your game. Whitman Hanson has Leahy, who's a good inside player. You keep feeding the post. You let him go in and make that little spin move.
Watch the risky passes. We've seen a couple of passes.
If it's open on the outside, I agree you take the shot because it makes him clear the lane out and come out and play you. But
it's a matter of Coach Rogers settling the guys down, going, stick to the plan.
Play your game, exactly. Coach has been here many, many times before, and he has a good game plan. I mean, if you remember right, 2 years in a row we brought him into the state championship in Boston Garden. So Coach knows what he's doing. They're going to be very patient here. Bossy's got the ball to Leahy. Leahy to Tyree. And again, Whitman Hanson turned the ball over. And Tyree fouled him. Whitman Hanson's got 8 fouls in this second period total. 0's going to the basket, to the line here. Eric Germain for the Harbormen. He just got the last 2 that he went to the hoop with. And that one's good also. Josh Genero just came into the game, replacing Tyree. Bryce comes down with a big rebound. The second shot was missed, and Bossy's bringing the ball up. Genero's making an attempt to go to the hoop. He loses the ball and gets it back. And then it goes out of bounds. Gets tipped out of bounds. It's going to be Hingham's ball. Junior Cole Lewis just come into the game. He's going to be at guard. It's a big game for both of these teams, Kevin. Number 2 goes to the hoop. I think Hingham's on about a 10-point run here, Kevin.
Yep.
Bossy looks like he's going to go to the hoop. He does, and it's good for 2, and he gets fouled.
And 1.
The hoop is good.
Good way to end that run.
That's all you need, Kev, to change the motion here. And Bossy's at the line. Oh, he just misses it. Hingham's coming back on offense. I don't know if we... With 5:35 left in the second period here at Whitman Hanson, the score is Hingham Harbormen 24, Whitman Hanson Panthers 14. Bossy's bringing the ball up. Gives it to Leahy. He gives it right back to Leahy. Leahy just misses one.
Oh.
Bossy picks his pocket and then hits it out of bounds. It's going to be Hingham's ball.
Good hustle, though. Good hustle.
Excellent hustle. Bossy's playing a fabulous game.
Nice to get a stop here.
It's all about the D at this particular point, but you can't let him stand out there and shoot 3-pointers.
Yep.
Varsity brings the ball up. Gives it to Rice. Back to Varsity. Hingham steals the ball. Number 2, Reggie Foster for Hingham comes up with it, comes right down the middle for 2 points. 4:20 left here at Whitman Hanson. The score is the Harbormen 29, Panthers 14. We got a jump ball. Going to be Hingham on the jump ball. Ball was passed to Leahy.
No
a
jump
little
ball.
low.
They're giving it to Hingham.
Foster's bringing the ball up, covered by Bossy. We got a foul on Hingham. It's an offensive foul. He pushed off on Bossy. He pushed him out of the way. The ref saw it and called it. Whitman Hanson's got 8 fouls to Hingham's 5. The crowd comes alive with the defense chant. Bossy goes to the hoop and gets fouled by Foster. He's going to be going to the line. It looks a little slippery down that end.
It is. Both ends it's slippery.
There's some slipping and sliding going on here tonight. It's very humid.
Noticed officials checking the floors. We'll have to get that mini Zamboni out. One I saw during the JV game. That's quite the little machine, Bob.
Yeah, it is. Bossy's at the line shooting 2. Misses the first one.
Okay. Still the opportunity to get 1 and 2.
You can really see the difference because senior Jacob Hanson Bartlett's sitting on the bench because he got 3 quick fouls in the first half. And you can see.
Right.
And the second one just goes round and round and comes out. Tell you, the Bossy's having a really good game. Nice D.
Nice turnover.
Nice steal by
Nice
junior
transition.
Cole Lewis. And he goes up and scores 2.
Nice jumper. About a 10-footer.
Lewis is having a good game. He just came in. He stole the ball, went right to the hoop. Got 2.
Got to work those boards.
Leahy comes down with the ball. Passes it to Borgen. Borgen shoots a 3, misses, and we're coming back.
Again, as I said earlier, I'm noticing more and more. Again, he had 1 shot, no second or third opportunities.
Well, we've got a slip and slide going on here with the floor. 0 for Hingham. Eric Germain just took a fall, and we're going to be looking at a wet spot here on the floor.
Wipe that floor down.
Hingham's making a substitution, number 3, Tyler Murphy. Very, very humid here at Whitman Hanson this evening. With all that rain going out and the snow melting, it's like a fog storm outside, and in here in the gym, it's very, very humid.
Yeah, they're saying, though, we're going to get an instant freeze overnight, so beware. This will go from being a pond to an ice skating rink.
Bossy's bringing the ball up. Passes to Leahy. Leahy's going to the hoop with that little spin move, and he's good for 2 more points. Told you, Kevin, he's got that move down pat.
Nice to get another stop here.
We got a block called on Tyler Rice. It's going to bring up 1 and 1. No, Number 13, Tommy Williams is shooting 1-on-1. First one's good. The second one's good. 2:36 left in the first half here at Whitman Hanson. The score is Hingham Harbormen 31, Whitman Hanson 18. Bossy's going right to the hoop. He got fouled.
Seventh foul for the Harbormen.
Bossy's going to the line again. Bossy's having an unbelievable game. I mean, they're all playing tough, but Bossy's really stepped it up. He really has. Gets the first one.
Would he be a candidate for one of your Bobby points?
There you go. Ooh, almost. Just hits the rim. It's good for one. Number 3 shoots.
Oh, defend that.
Number 21 for Hingham shoots it up, gets a three-pointer. Two minutes left in the second period. The score is Hingham 34, Whitman Hanson 19. They're triple teaming Leahy.
Oh, there we
Bossy
go.
comes down with the rebound. We got a foul. Foul's going to be on Bossy. They're going to be shooting 2. We're in the double bonus right now.
Yep.
Misses them both. Tyler Rice comes down. We got a one-on-one going the other way. Rice got fouled with an over-the-back call on number 13 for the Harbormen. Now they're in this one-on-one. Tommy Williams fouled Rice. Rice is going to be at the line.
Still time on the clock. Maybe to get this down to under double digits.
I think so. With
Yep.
a minute and 42 left, score is Hingham Harbormen 34. Your Whitman Hanson Panthers 19. We've got Ty Rice at the line shooting one-on-one.
Close that deficit.
And he puts it in.
Go.
All you need here is a couple of Whitman Hanson guys to get hot, and they can. Rice is an example of one of those kids. He gets hot and he starts throwing them in. He just got both of those. Rice is a good three-point shooter.
And they have been called from the floor.
It happens in basketball.
Yeah.
You get cold.
Well, that's what sports is about, streaks.
We got a 13-point game here, Kevin. You bring up a good point. Hingham scores 2. Whitman Hanson's got to play a little tougher D here, I think. There goes Leahy for 2.
There we go, nice.
General puts it
Forward.
back up.
And one.
Gets fouled. Senior Josh Genero.
Definitely nice to see.
He put it up. It went in. He got fouled.
Yep.
He's going to be at the line
Again,
for 1.
second and third chances, opportunities, get your own offensive rebounds.
Well, that's what you've got to do.
Make your opportunities. If you're one shot and done,
Whitman Hanson's got to get a little tougher on the boards. Both teams are playing pretty good. Right now it's a little bit of a roll in Hingham's favor, but both teams are playing very, very tough. 2 points for Hingham. 40 seconds left. Hunter with the ball, passes it to Genero, who gives it to Rice, who gives it to Leahy. Leahy
Nice.
puts it in for 2.
There we go. A little defense.
The Hingham coach didn't like that little run Leahy made. I think he thought that I think Rice just got called for a foul. Fouls on Ty Rice. Number 24 is at the line, Jason Butler for the Harbormen. With 5.1 seconds left in the game, we're almost at halftime. The score is Hingham Harbormen 38, Whitman Hanson Panthers 25.
Just a quick moment to give some props to our crew with Amy Broderick working audio and camera, as well as Paul Watson and our very own Bob Hayes, the ultimate volunteer for not only Whitman Hanson Community Access, but Town of Hanson.
Hunter put one up, just missed it.
Ooh.
Here we are at the score at halftime. The Panthers 25 and the Hingham Harbormen 39. I'm Bob Hayes alongside Kevin Torchy, and we'll be back in a bit with second half action here on Whitman Hanson Community Access. Welcome back for the second half action with the Panthers trailing, which is very unusual. They're trailing the Harbormen 39-25. I'm Bob Hayes, and I have a guest announcer for the third period of this game, Jeff Deal, who's running for state senate. Jeff, how are you?
Hey, Bob. Thanks for having me here.
It's great to see you. What brings you here to Whitman Hanson tonight?
Oh, you know what? I've been following the Whitman Hanson Panthers basketball for a couple seasons now. My daughter, Kaylee, is a sophomore on the varsity cheer team. So the basketball players, the cheerleaders, they get together quite a bit. In fact, cheerleaders are heading to Dallas in about 2 weeks for national championships. They were champions last year. They won states this year. They're going down to Dallas to try to win the national title again. But you know what? I'm really excited about Panther basketball. The varsity team last year made it all the way to the Boston Garden, played Brighton. That was a crushing game. I mean, it was such an exciting build-up. I mean, the run to get there, and then they really hit a brick wall. But you know what? It's a great core team. And again, this year they have a really solid team. Tonight's really not reflective of the games I've been watching all season. They lost the opener, but really they've had a great run since then. Normally, when we start the third quarter, we're 14 points up at this point, so it is a little strange.
Well, it's amazing because the Panthers, Coach Rogers really takes these boys out and works them hard and trains them great. As you said, last 2 years in a row we've been at the Garden. So to see him trailing at halftime, but I think you're going to see a different second half here out of the Panthers. So with the action starting and Leahy's going to inbound the ball.
It's like the Patriots versus the Falcons. You know, you were surprised in the third quarter when they were down. They ultimately came back. I think we got a good run in us too tonight.
Well, the ball's inbounded to Hunter. Leahy had 13 points in the first half. I think you're going to see Leahy step it up too. And again, this is a resilient team. You've got number 24, senior Jacob Hanson-Bartlett, who had 3 quick fouls and sat on the bench. So, and there's 2 points by Josh Generos. He's a senior here at Whitman Hanson.
So what I've noticed in the first half was we're not hitting our threes, which is really allowing them to kind of crowd the box underneath. But, it seems like they were able to spread it out there. Went for the 3, got the rebound, hit the deuce.
There you go. Hingham comes back with 2. They're still slipping and sliding on the floor here. It looks a little slippery, and it's this humidity that we've got in the air. It's an unusual night to have 60 degrees in January.
Right, a week after a blizzard, so all that moisture's in the air.
We had a little turnover there. The ball was given to, Oh, there we go.
Now, conversely, Hingham has been taking a bunch of threes, and they just connected on that one.
And they're hitting them. Leahy just turned that over. He slipped and slid on the floor a little bit here, and it resulted in a 3-point score for the Harbormen.
Got to worry about injury on a night like tonight, too.
Oh, yeah, you do. Here goes Leahy. He's going to the hoop. Just misses.
All right, that's great, though.
There you go.
Finally getting some offensive rebounds now, both times down the court.
Those two points were by Jacob Hanson Bartlett, senior here at Whitman Hanson. He's back on the floor after having 3 quick ones.
31 from Hingham, going for the 3.
Rice comes down with that rebound, gives it to Hunter, and here we go. 6:18 in the third period. The score is Hingham Harbormen 44, Whitman Hanson 29. Nice pass, Nice pass from Leahy to Bartlett for 2 for Whitman Hanson. Like I said, Jeff, you're going to see a different team, and I think you see a more offense here. Nice block by Rice.
Well, Coach Rogers does not let...
Hunter's coming back with the ball.
Yeah, Coach Rogers doesn't let a halftime go without making
Passes
good adjustments.
it to Rice. Rice shoots a 3.
Still
just misses.
Yeah, still not connecting on those threes, which is going to be important in stretching out the defense on the Hingham's defense, but seems that they're trying.
I think we've got a break in the action here. We got some... slip and slide action going on the floor. So we've got a little break in the action. I believe it was one of the refs calling a timeout on him. We're going to have a little look at the floor down here.
Meanwhile, the cheerleaders are coming out. Maybe we should get the DPW over here with some Sanders.
There you go. It's pretty slippery.
Give a quick shout out to the DPW for the outstanding job they did last week when we had that blizzard on Thursday. They had the roadways pretty much ready to go the next morning, although we did not have school that Friday just as a precaution and with the cold temperatures.
Well, it was very, very cold the last couple of weeks, and I'm sure it was difficult for the DPWs and police and fire in both of these towns, and they did a really fabulous job getting back to it. So.
And then the Whitman Hanson maintenance department, as far as groundskeepers and everything, keeping the schools open this week. Really great job, and now we're seeing the weather change. So hopefully this melts off and we don't have any more weather issues for the school year.
Well, both of these towns are fabulous working with both maintenance crews from Whitman and Hanson. They help out the high school immensely.
Looks like they got the floor under control. They've gotten the brooms and the towels off.
If you want to go on the baseline, please go behind the curtain and back on. Please nobody walk on the baseline other than players. Thank you.
We're going to be back at the action here at Whitman Hanson with 5:49 left in the third period. It's going to be Hingham ball.
No fouls on each team, so we're not in the penalty phase, not even near it.
Well, we've got that same 13-point deficit going on as we had at halftime. It just seems to be 2 and 2 and 2. So let's see what the defense comes up with.
Key is to get these defensive rebounds and stop fouling. I mean, that's the other thing.
They just called a ticky-tacky foul on Rice. I really didn't see that myself, but that's why we're up here in the booth and they're down there on the floor, I guess, Jeff.
Did Hingham bring their own refs? I missed where they came. I didn't see the license plates.
Nice.
There we
go. Number 24 for Whitman Hanson. Bartlett. Oh, we got a foul on number 31 from Hingham. General's going to be going to the line.
Yeah, that's a shooting foul. He was right under the basket when he got fouled, so that's great.
You've got to just pick away at this lead here, and Whitman Hanson will do that. They're a tough team. They never give up, Josh.
Well, you know, usually, even if it's a 10-point deficit, you can pretty much count on it being erased by the fourth quarter. If I remember anything from last season, it was that, there was no deficit. They couldn't come back and then ultimately really score and put themselves up in a pretty strong position to finish out games.
Josh missed the first one. He's going for the second one. It's up. It's good. General gets one. We're back at the action here.
One foul on each team now.
Yep.
Number 31 just kind of...
Number 24 just took a spill down there on the floor.
Same spot where
Jacob Hansen Bartlett.
they're talking about trying to keep people off that area as far as wet feet.
He's up. It looks like he might have got hurt.
Yeah, he's limping. Oh, he's going to stay in.
Crazy how slippery it is down there. That's about the fourth or fifth one I've seen take a spill down there on that.
He's got a brace on his left ankle, too, so that it's already an area of concern.
Okay, back at the action. Genero inbounds the ball to Leahy. Leahy takes it to the hoop and he falls after he gets fouled.
Almost looks like a European soccer team, but it's really not flopping. It's just that the floor is so slippery.
Another break in the action. I don't know what we're going to do here. It's pretty slippery. Both coaches are discussing it right now with the ref. This is probably in my many, many years of watching basketball, I've never seen a floor as slippery as this one is this evening.
And these kids are doing their best to dry off their sneakers. I mean, you can see them trying to keep them dry as best they can between play.
It really doesn't even appear to be wet. It just looks like it's got that dew on it, maybe from the humidity. It's kind of crazy. We go from a week of weather where it's 0 and below 0 to 60 degrees and melting snow and pouring rain. It's only in New England.
Was that a Miyagi waxing truck that was pulling away earlier in the morning? I
don't know.
Better not be wax on that floor.
We got another break in the action here with 4:55 in the third period. And the score is Hingham Harbormen 46, Whitman Hanson Panthers 32.
Of course, a lot of action this school year as well. It seems like things are going well. If people don't know, Bob Hayes is the chair of the Whitman Hanson School Committee, and I know you've got a lot of work ahead of you looking for a new superintendent, but and who's going to fill Ruth's shoes? That's a big decision coming up this year.
Well, it's an interesting thing that we have to do, but it's something that happens every so often here at Whitman Hanson. In my 15 years of being on the committee, I've been very fortunate that we've only had two superintendents. We had Dr. John McEwen and Dr. Ruth Gilbert Whitner, and they both put in a tremendous amount of service here.
In fact, they overlap for a period of time, especially when that critical time period when the new high school was being built. That was really great partnership by the two of them.
Yeah, it was really fantastic, and the transition was good. So it made for a good transition, and obviously when you have good superintendents, you have a wonderful education facility.
Well, I know the school board does a very thorough job of selecting the best candidates, so I'm sure that we've got great candidates coming up, and I'm sure you'll be doing a great job picking the next person.
Well, we have some candidates. We had about 20 applications, and we have what appears to be a great committee moving forward to pick the candidates and sort through. So it starts next week. It should be an interesting way of doing things. So
that's right. Meantime, the crowd is definitely ready for some action. We keep waiting for. Oh, we got some cheerleaders waving up here to the booth. Look, a lot of folks want to see some basketball, and I think we're being held up by this floor still. That seems to be the issue.
It's probably the longest third period in the history of basketball that I've ever seen here at Whitman Hanson, and I've done quite a few games in the last 20-odd years of coaching and being involved. And it's definitely a little slippery out there.
I think some of these sophomores have moved up to juniors by now, haven't they?
We've got a giant crowd of students here tonight. They have a great student population that are supporters of the basketball team, and Hingham has a lot of people here this evening. It's a pretty full gym, and which is interesting, and it's good to see that everybody supports their teams and comes to to support and watch what's going on.
Well, I like the sportsmanship too. You know, there really has been no negativity towards either side. The Hingham, like you said, traveled well. They've got a great student body there coming to watch this game, and it's been very respectful so far, and I expect it'll continue that way to the end of the game. Now, who are they playing? What's the next game up on the schedule?
I don't know. I believe the next game is Tuesday night, Rob. Jeff, I know the girls are in Hingham tonight, and that's a big game for the girls, too. So it should be interesting. They're lifting the curtain a little bit to see if maybe we can get some sort of air flowing in the gym. It might even be interesting if we opened a couple of the doors, but it's so humid outside.
Yeah,
it might make it worse.
I would have brought my baking soda from home had I known, out of the fridge.
You'd need a truckload of it to take this moisture out of the air.
Speaking of moisture, I was just over in Situate, right next to Hingham, surveying some of the seawall damage that happened from the storm last week, and I'll tell you, it was amazing. That supermoon brought the tides up an additional almost 5 feet over the seawall, pouring in ice chunks, like massive ice chunks and stone and sand. It all came over the seawall and flowed right through the housing and into the businesses of Situate and Marshfield, and really causing massive damage to homes and businesses. And so now you've got some brand new seawall being built right at the same time as there's going to have to be some seawall being repaired. So some of these folks from Hingham probably a week ago were dealing with some pretty intense flooding from that storm.
Oh, I'm sure they are. Hingham's a coastal town, and a ton of it's on the water, a ton of it's waterfront. And with that also brings tough things.
Yeah. And then, like I said earlier, the cheerleading, the varsity girls are going to be going down to Dallas. Should be the opposite, a little bit drier down there in Texas. Certainly not Houston, which flooded out. So they get a chance to, I don't know if people know this, they get a chance to go to the Cowboys Stadium and actually tour the cheerleaders' locker room and take pictures on the field and in the locker room. It's really an exciting time for cheerleaders to see a pretty exceptional cheerleading crew of their own, the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders, who the girls actually get a tour from some of these professional cheerleaders.
That's amazing. I've been to the stadium myself and taken that tour, and they bring you right through where the cheerleaders are, and they bring you right through where the football players are. It's a beautiful, beautiful stadium. They tout the sign that is in the middle of the stadium, and they lowered it to 30 feet off the field to show us how big it was. It's 1 acre on each side. It cost $65 million to build just the sign.
You know,
it only cost $65 million to build Gillette Stadium.
A bargain for Gillette. That must be about the size of this gymnasium that the two courts put together.
Oh, it's bigger.
Massive. That's massive.
It's way bigger. It's a massive, massive sign.
Of course, all that revenue, all that hype, they still couldn't make the playoffs this year, but there's always next year for the Dallas Cowboys. I say that for a guy who's here, Brian Pruitt, neighbor of mine. He's got 2 young boys in the Whitman youth sports, and he's a big Dallas fan from growing up, so I like to rib him whenever I can when they don't make the playoffs. He's sitting on the visitor's side now, looking down at his phone, but if somebody who's listening texts him, he can look up and they can let him know I gave him a good ribbing.
Well, it's amazing, Jeff, because as you say, stadiums don't play football. Football players do. So you can build the biggest and the best and the baddest stadium that you want, but you still need the players to come out on the field and make it happen. And it's the same way in any sport.
You know, we're so lucky to have the Patriots basically making the playoffs just about every year now. It's almost to the point where I don't think any of these kids in this state here at Whitman Hanson even know what it's like to have a losing season. And they're led by a guy named Bill Belichick, you know, someone who has proven to be an incredible leader of his people. And he wrote something about how 5 keys to success out there. And 1 through 3 are more football related. But I like to talk to people when I'm out on the campaign trail about numbers 4 and 5. Number 4 is that as a leader, you really need to care about everything that's going on with the members of your team. All the players, their wives, their kids, the problems they're having. If you as a leader, as a coach, can identify with your players and really, again, connect with them, that creates that bond that makes them want to deliver for you and want to deliver together on the goal that you set for them. And in this case, obviously, winning the Super Bowl as many times as they can is the key. And so I think that's why Belichick has done a great job. But also Bob Rogers, coach for the Whitman Hanson basketball team, has created a team that no matter what the names are on the jerseys, they really have a system by which they play well together. And he cares about those members in such a way that they deliver for them every single year. And it's really great to see basically a team that also has a winning record more often than they don't. And that's just great for the students and student athletes.
Well, looks like we're ready to get back at some action here at Whitman Hanson Regional High School with 4:55 left in the third period. The score is Hingham Harbormen 46, Whitman Hanson Panthers 32. We have Leahy going to the line, shooting 2. He got fouled.
A little cold from that break. He missed that first foul shot.
It's almost like starting a whole nother game over. They've got to warm up. And he hits the second one.
So back to a 13-point deficit.
That's his first point of the second half.
Chance to pick that up.
Tyree puts up a good defense. Number 4 comes right down the middle of the floor and scores 2. Leahy's going to go to the basket, and Leahy puts in 2.
So 2 for 2. I'll tell you what Hingham's doing is they're passing pretty effectively around the horn. Stolen ball there. Nope, not quite.
It's going to be Hingham ball. Nice effort by number 24, Jacob Hanson Bartlett, and Hunter. Taj Hunter, number 23. They're playing tough D. They need some breaks, and I think you're going to see it. Whitman Hanson never gives up. Never.
There you go, Taj
Hunter just
for the ball
dove
again.
for the ball.
Missed 3 by Hingham.
Oh, it's going to be Whitman Hanson ball. Here's a chance to get 2 points.
Well, the ball just went into that second court under the curtain they lifted. So another slight. Here we go. It's back again.
Leahy's going to be inbounding it to Hunter. And Whitman Hanson's on offense.
Taj is bringing it down, looking for a play.
Feeds it to Leahy. Leahy
Gets it stolen.
stripped.
And that's an easy 2 layup by Hingham.
Leahy just takes a spill.
Frustration really beginning to show now. A lot of balls lost in the first half. Now you're starting to see some lost turnovers again.
Leahy just took a pretty good spill. This floor is definitely slippery. We've got another break in the action. They may have to stop this game. I believe the ref is talking to the coaches about that. This could be the end of this contest. I've seen it happen before. This floor looks like it's maybe too slippery to continue.
It's just there's no way to control it. The moisture in the air is, you can almost feel it. It kind of.
We've got another break in the action here at Whitman Hanson with 3:35 left in the third period. We just played for about 1 minute and 30 seconds, and we've had a couple of spills. The score is Hingham Harbormen 50, Whitman Hanson Panthers 35. I don't know what the rule is, Jeff, if they call a game or if they play the rest of it another time, or how much of a game needs to be finished. I'm not quite sure how that goes.
Well, both teams are huddling up again now. As they continue to talk, the ref continues to talk to the coaches about what they're going to do.
Well, I think there's some genuine concern on both sides here, and as always, both of these coaches are looking at the safety of their players. And we're going to be back in the action. Leahy inbounds the ball to Hunter. Hunter brings it up.
There we go.
There goes a 3 and a miss. Hunter comes down with the rebound.
They really need to connect with some of those threes in order to draw the defense out from under the net.
There goes another three.
And another miss.
We got a foul here. Number 4. Josh Genero. It's going to be second team foul.
Both teams are at 2 fouls with 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go in the quarter. Layup attempt by number 0 on Hingham.
Eric Germain. He
knocked out by a Panther. So that
came right down the lane.
Okay.
That's Whitman Hanson ball. He never passed it. He just inbounded it to himself. Here's a chance to close this deficit by 2.
If we can get it to single digits by fourth quarter, I think we'll be in good shape.
That's a foul on number 32, I believe, from Hingham. Leahy's going to be inbounding the ball. We've got a substitution coming in for him. Jason Butler.
It was 32. Actually, he's going to take a seat. I guess he's got a couple fouls now. He was reaching in on that inbound.
Ball's inbounded to Hunter. Whitman Hanson needs some hoops. We got a foul.
It's going to be a one-on-one situation of a shooting.
Bartlett got fouled. I think he's going to be shooting 2 from the line. There's one of them.
Crowd's on their feet. They want to see a big comeback here and close that gap for the fourth quarter. Oh, just rims out.
Whitman Hanson's have struggling a little bit. They can't buy a basket.
Hingham's looking to keep it on the perimeter for a 3 again, it looks like. Yep.
Leahy's going to get called for that foul. That was pure frustration.
Luckily, it's a non-shooting, so we got an inbound coming up. 2 substitutions in for Whitman Hanson.
Steal by number 15, sophomore Max Borgen. Excellent job. He stepped right in front of the ball, anticipated it, and come up with it.
Max is having a
Bossy
great season.
brings it up.
Really impressed by this sophomore, Max. Oh, and he almost gets a layup there. Oh, he strips
And then
it
he
away.
comes back and steals it, and tries to steal it again.
This guy is all hustle. It's going to be a real asset over the
Number
next couple
3
of
up.
years.
To Hingham.
Max, he's fighting for it there. That's nope.
We're going to have a foul called here.
He's lucky he got fouled. That was borderline travel.
Oh, each team's got 4 fouls this half. Hingham's going to be inbounding the ball. You got to watch that little self pass. 3 for number 21. He throws it in. Coach Rogers calls a timeout. With a break in the action here in the third period at Whitman Hanson. 1:40 left. Hingham Harbormen 53, Whitman Hanson Panthers 36. They're going to have to mount this comeback pretty quick here, Jeff, if they're going to win this game. I mean, it's a 17-point deficit. It's probably the biggest I've ever seen them down, but I have seen them come back from this. They're a team that never gives up.
Well, you know, normally when their three-point shooting is on, it doesn't seem to be an issue. They can hit 2 or 3 threes and be right back, you know, coming into fourth quarter with no problem. But right now, tonight, I don't know how many threes they've had. Maybe 1 or 2 at most, and they're really having a tough time connecting with layups as well. So if you're not scoring, you really can't cut that deficit. I mean, they are holding Hingham, down fairly well, but the problem is their own scoring. And like you said earlier, it doesn't help when you got a slippery floor that's not allowing them to run the game that you typically run.
Well, you get a little apprehensive because I know if I was out there playing, I wouldn't want to get hurt on that slippery floor. So that probably plays a little part of it on both sides. Leahy inbounds to Bossy. Bossy brings it up. Pass it back to Leahy. Back to Bossy.
There's another turnover. Hingham's doing a great job of pressing on the dribble, and what they're doing is getting unforced or forced turnovers in some cases.
Turnovers will kill you in this game. Every time you turn it over, if they get out and score, you lose 2 points, and they get 2 points.
At the same time,
Hingham scores 2 more.
Yeah, Hingham's getting good penetration. They set up for threes, and then what they do is they end up penetrating and getting right to the basket and getting those deuces.
The difference here is you need somebody that's going up. There goes another 3 for Hingham, and it's good. You got a 22-point deficit here.
Well, they're really in the driver's seat with 38 seconds left in the quarter, and so they're just going to continue to press and take those threes now. Whitman's got it.
Yeah, that's a miss. .26 seconds left in the third period. It's Hingham Harbormen 58, Whitman Hanson 36. We get a foul.
You just saw Max Borgen go for try to get grab the ball from Hingham. Slipped again right there on the sideline.
Another foul. 5 this half for the Panthers. Panthers on a full court press. Steal the ball, and Bossy picks it up, puts it in the hoop, and gets fouled. This could be a 3-pointer. This might be what they're looking for to turn this around, Jeff.
This will be the spark. 20-point deficit now. Need to really cut it pretty quick. Hingham's going to substitute out 31, give him some rest before he goes back into the fourth quarter.
Bossy's at the line for 1. After a nice steal and puts it in for 2, he gets fouled. Turn this right into a 3-point play.
Hingham's going to bring back in Reggie Foster as a point for the final seconds here for Hingham. And that's
Bossy gets it, 3-point play.
To make.
We got a full court press, and Bossy just knocked it out of his hands, and it's a Whitman Hanson ball. I told you, they never give up, Jeff. This group is amazing. They're just fighting and fighting and fighting, and as you can see, points are coming out of it.
Problem is they can't miss those easy layups. So
you get another foul.
Hingham takes it back the other way.
Bossy just took a pretty big charge, but they called it on him. He's having a phenomenal game. Going to be shooting 2. Murphy for Hingham's going to be shooting 2. Misses the first one. We've got a good crew here tonight. We've got Paul Watson, Amy Broderick, and Kevin Tocci right now on camera for Whitman Hanson Cable Access. And I'm with a guest host, Jeff Deal. Third period action here at Whitman Hanson with 11 seconds left. The score is Whitman Hanson 39, Hingham Harbormen 59. Leahy goes up for one, ends up on the floor. That's the end of the third period here at Whitman Hanson with the score. Hingham Harbormen 59, Whitman Hanson Panthers 39. And this floor is still unbelievably slippery no matter what they do.
They're bringing out the squeegee, the automatic ride-along squeegee there. But you got 8 minutes to clear that 20-point deficit, and it's going to be an action-packed 8 minutes.
It should be action-packed, that's for sure.
Cheerleaders are doing what's called the circle of death, and some flips in succession, getting the crowd going. Nobody's really left it. I'd say the crowd is actually still on the Whitman side, especially hanging in there. They know that the Panthers can come back on nights like tonight.
Well, I don't think anyone leads a high school game no matter what the score is when you've got Whitman Hanson playing Hingham. They stay till the end because they're both explosive teams and they play from wire to wire, Jeff. It's going to be Hingham's ball to start the fourth period.
Coach Rogers looking pretty calm over on the sideline. I think he's giving the boys the instructions, and they're ready to carry it out. Here we go. All right, right off the bat, Hingham gets an offensive rebound, lays it back in, so Whitman's got to really tighten up on that rebounding.
We got a foul on Hingham.
Non-shooting.
Pretty quick, they're both going to be in the bonus. Either the next one who fouls, the other, they're in one-on-one.
Bossy's going to inbound this. Let's see if they can convert it right away. Time is going to be of an essence.
He inbounds it to Leahy. Leahy gets his own rebound.
Twice.
Puts it back up.
Hingham, though, did get it. Now taking a three-pointer and hitting.
Number 3 from Hingham, Tyler Murphy, just hit a three-pointer. Brings a deficit to 25 points.
Whitman going for a three. Missing, but getting the
Leahy
rebound.
gets the rebound, and then he gets fouled.
That'll be a shooting foul.
Leahy's going to be shooting too. He's at the line. 7:01 left here in the fourth period with the score. Hingham Harbormen 64, Whitman Hanson Panthers 39. Leahy's at the line.
Misses the first.
He got 13 points in the first half, and they've held him to 3 so far in the second half.
Got his signature red shoes at the line. Here it is.
Leahy gets the second one.
Reaching in. Actually is able to knock the ball loose. We're going to see what happens here.
I think it's going to be Hingham ball.
Bossy now gets the steal.
Bossy
has
gets the
it.
steal,
Leahy,
gives it to Leahy. Leahy can't hold on.
It's getting sloppy
Ball's
on the floor. It's a jump
Ref
ball.
calls a jump ball. I think
Whitman Hanson has possession.
Leahy might have got the ball in the face that trip. He just gets subbed out.
He's been taking the brunt of a lot of the inside action this whole evening.
Oh yeah, he has. been getting beat up hard tonight.
Whether it's the hardwood or it's an elbow, he's been taking a lot of the Hingham what they have to give.
We had a timeout to break in the action here at Whitman Hanson with the scores. Hingham Harbormen 64, Whitman Hanson Panthers 40. There's 6:50 left in fourth period play, and it's 8:15. Usually 7:45, Jeff, these games are over, or even earlier. The longest third period in history, and the fourth period seems to be dragging a little bit too with cleaning of the floors.
All I remember is 28-3 in the third quarter, and Patriots shocked the world last year. That was quite a comeback for the Super Bowl. And tonight, let's see if we can have our little Super Bowl moment of our own.
Exactly, I agree. Hey, with 6 minutes and 50 seconds left, it can happen.
It's no fun winning every game. Or maybe it is.
Well, you know, the old saying is you got to lose a few to appreciate the wins.
Back to that Belichick thing, too. Number 5 on his list of successful habits is not resting on your laurels. And I know Whitman Hanson doesn't want to rest on the successful of last year.
Ball's inbounded to Genero. Hands it to Bossy. Bossy passes it right to Genero. He comes right down the lane, goes up for the layup, and it's good.
Key here is to force Hingham to take some of those outside shots and those low percentage shots.
Hingham has been pretty hot all night.
There's a miss. Whitman Hanson driving back again.
Genero comes down with the ball and brings it up. Passes it to Morgan. He shoots a three. It doesn't go in. Great effort by Stevie Kelly, number 10. He just come into the game. He went for the rebound, knocked it out of bounds. We got a full court press going here by the Panthers. Oh, we're going to have a foul on Kelly with a reach.
That puts it
It's
at
going to
7.
bring up a 1-and-1. Number 32 is at the line, Jack Johnson for the Harbormen. And he misses it.
Offensive rebound, however.
Genero comes down with it and then loses it in transition. Hingham comes up with the ball.
And they're gonna pass it around to kill some of the clock here.
Well, there's no hurry when you're up by a pretty large amount.
22. And they drive and get another deuce.
Kelly's under the hoop. Bartlett goes up with it.
They're just not hitting those threes tonight on the Whitman Hanson side.
Been a tough game all night, but I have to give them credit. They do not give up. They play 100%. Nice block. Nice block.
Blocking the layup and now driving
Jacob
back on
Hanson
offense.
Bartlett blocked a nice shot.
Double dribble, unfortunately, for Whitman Hanson. It's going to turn that ball over again. Well, you got to give it to the Harbormen as far as really putting it to Whitman Hanson on these transitions. They've really pressed all night. Hingham picks up another easy 2 under the basket. Whitman's going to really have to start hitting some threes or something to get
Whitman Hanson's chained up and put in. The coach is great about he makes sure he plays them all. And he's doing that, as you can see. We got 4 minutes left in this game with the score. Harbormen 68, Panthers 42. There's a good steal for the Panthers.
I'm not sure how the refs can expect these guys. I mean, with the floor the way it is, the ball getting knocked around in some of these scrums, they're calling either double dribbles or travels when it's not clear. I think Whitman Hanson really kind of got a bad call on that one. So Hingham now has the ball.
Number 35, junior Ryan Schwade just came into the game. Oh, we got a foul. Foul's going to be on number 15, Max Borgen. Going to be going to the line. 3:51 left.
I see Paul is now subbing in for Kevin on the camera. I guess replacements are being made all over the court.
Oh, one-on-one. Hingham comes up with the ball. Oh, we got a foul here.
And again, you can see some of the frustration coming through at this point. They're trying to get the ball.
Genero's got to be close. He's got probably 4, I'd say. .24 is at the line for Hingham. Jason Butler. He misses it. Whitman Hanson comes down with that nice rebound. Number 20, Joey DePina.
Missed his attempt driving, so now Hingham has it again. They are going to pass it around, try to kill a little more of that clock, and looks like they're going to take another 3 here. Whitman Hanson gets the rebound.
Nice rebound by Genero. Cole Lewis with the ball. Passes it to DePina, who gives it to Borgen.
Whitman goes for 3.
Nice pick
Doesn't get it.
by Ryan Schwade. We get another foul, and that might be it. No, I guess not.
Oh yeah, now Whitman has hit 10 fouls.
We're in the double bonus now. 2:49 left for the break in the action here at Whitman Hanson. Tyree's coming in for Genero.
Well, the good news is ever since they lifted that curtain,
And he hits one.
the floor has been a little bit drier, so at least you don't see guys slipping as much.
Ball's up and away. Peter goes up. Almost gets the rebound. It gets deflected. It's Whitman Hanson ball.
The inbound is into 34.
Tyree.
He dishes it off to 11.
Cole
11
Lewis
drives.
goes up.
Does not make the layup attempt.
Peter comes down with it. He's on the line, so it's going to turn over possession to Hingham. Great effort by number 20, Joey DePina, who just come into the game. He's a junior. What an effort.
Hingham now coming from the backcourt, driving forward. Again, starting to do the pass around. Although, no, we got to, yeah. They drive and get another deuce on a layup. Number 1 for Hingham.
DePina goes up with a 3. Just misses. Just can't fall tonight for any of them.
I think the equipment manager needs to check not just the floor, but the net on the Whitman Hanson side.
Yeah. It shoots a downtown three-pointer.
Hingham gets yet another offensive rebound. That has been the story of the night in my opinion.
We got a
Injury time, it looks like.
looks like Tyree might have twisted his ankle.
I was saying Hingham is really
Tyler Rice is subbing in.
Yeah. Hingham's done a good
Stevie
job
Kelly's also subbing in.
getting those rebounds and really converting them into buckets right after that rebound. That's really hurt Whitman Hanson as well.
Minute 33 left here at Whitman Hanson. Hingham ball. Tyree's over with the trainer. Let's hope he's okay. They're still playing, though. They're playing tough D. A double dribble called.
Yeah.
Or a walk, one of the two.
I think it was a travel on Hingham, but Whitman Hanson will take it up. We got about a minute 18 left on the clock.
We're back at the action here, winding this fourth period down.
29-point deficit. It's going to be a little tough here.
Pena throws a three up, just misses. Hingham rebounds. Less than a minute to go here at Whitman Hanson with the action.
Well, the other great thing about Bob Rogers and the Panther team is that they never let two nights go. You don't have two nights bad in a row. So they'll learn from today and certainly come back out again for the next game.
Kelly comes down with the ball. Gives it to Lewis, who gives it to Rice. And he goes up for a three, 11, and it's good.
Hits it.
Number 11, junior Cole Lewis throws in a three-pointer for the Panthers. Great job.
Clock winding down now, under 15 seconds at this point, and both sides are giving each team a big hand. Real great effort by both teams tonight.
The final score from Whitman Hanson Regional High School this evening was the Panthers 45 and the Hingham Harbormen 71. I'm Bob Hayes, along with my guest broadcast partner, Jeff Deal, and we want to thank you for tuning into Whitman Hanson Panther basketball. You've been watching a Whitman Hanson Cable Association production, and until next time, have a great evening and drive slow.
Come back out again the next night, folks.